My name is Christopher Turcot. I am a firefighter EMTA with the Fort McMurray Fire Department. I've been up here for 3 years doing that now. I was actually born in Fort McMurray. Left when I was about 7 years old with my folks to Malaysia of all places to see the world with them, and I guess the city just kind of has a way of finding people who used to live here and bringing them back up, and been loving it so far. Right now in the process of getting my license, I'm about 34 hours in, and you need a minimum of 45 hours to pass. And usually it takes a little longer than that. It's taken me about 3.5 months to get here, mainly because at the start I was only taking a lesson a week, and I realized at that point that it was going to take a long time to finish my license, so I cashed in a little bit of bank overtime, cashed in a little bit of vacation time, and got all the funds together to get everything done a little quicker and all in one go. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at so far. I did actually have a few obstacles to overcome before, or to get through to where I am right now. One of them is shift work. So the ground school that's offered here with McMurray Aviation is twice a week, and if you miss a class, you have to wait for the next class to catch up with it. So for me, that didn't quite work, so I started doing it online, which is a lot trickier because I'm more of an in-class kind of guy. It's a lot easier for me to come, have a structure set up and go through, and then there's an instructor there that you can ask questions to. So that was one. Another one was definitely the monetary part of it. I always recommend anyone, if they have the money and the time, go for it. But it definitely, it's been a big commitment so far, and it's my most entailed hobby so far. So it's been tough sometimes to keep going, but keeping my eyes on the prize, then I think it's going to be very worth it. When I passed my first solo, that was a wicked experience. You only go up for one lap. They only let you go up. You go up, you do kind of like a mini flight test with the chief flight officer, or chief flight instructor, sorry, and you go up for about three circuits with him, which is just the traffic holding pattern around the airport basically, and you go up for 3 of those, and he says, yep, you're good. You come pull up to the front, drop him off. He gets out, you don't even have to shut the engine off, and just pulling out for the first time in the taxiway to go out to the runway, knowing it's your first solo. I think I was talking to myself the entire time and singing just to kind of keep my nerves at bay, but it was pretty cool because just it's the first time you're up there on your own, full control. There's no one there to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Gives you a new level of focus, and just knowing that you're able to get the plane off the ground and back down safely and shut down at the tarmac again is a unique experience that I hope a lot of people get to go through. Flying in the Fort McMurray area is unique, actually. It's a very beautiful area. There's a lot of wooded areas. There's a lot of unique areas you can go visit while you're up here. The city itself looks beautiful from up above, especially in fall. Like right now, it's beautiful up in the sky. Some of my long-term goals, I have been thinking about getting my commercial license, but I think that was a little farther down the road. That'll be one more of those things. If I got the money and the time laying around down the road, might be a good backup or something to move into. But I want to get a plane, as aforementioned. I think that'd be the way. That's, if you could afford it, I think that's a great way to go. For me, mainly it'd just be, shortening travel times, being able to fly around and explore, the $100 burgers, as it's put in the aviation community, things like that, little hops around, taking friends and family up is definitely a perk. But I definitely intend to have a practical, I can see a very practical use to it, of getting back and forth, when the weather's bad, you don't want to drive the roads, or, you're flying somewhere and the road does the whole, 300 kilometers windy trip and it's 50K straight line, right? You'll be there in 15 minutes in a plane, right? So I definitely have a practical application for it that I'd like to use in the future.
Hey, how was it?
So one dislike, I guess, to put it bluntly, that I had with McMurray Aviation would be how the ground school is only twice a week, and that's of no fault of theirs, really. It's the schedule that they have to run. And I think it's 3 months ground school, so if you miss a class, you can keep coming back for the other ones, but all the other classes you missed, you have to come back and redo those the next time around that the course goes, which would be 3 months down the road, right? So for me, with shift work, I was going to be a whole bunch of classes I was going to miss, and then that information leads into the next. So for me, it just didn't work out too well that way, so I did it online. As kind of a nice thing to say about the company, really, is everyone here has just been super friendly and nice to me. I mean, the owner of the company himself, actually, I've been looking at buying a plane from down in the States, and he's actually taken time out of his busy schedule, a lot of time actually, to chit chat with me about the paperwork that you need and all the documents you have to have in place for importing a plane up from the U.S. And he's even offered to go through all of it with me to make sure that all my ducks are in order before going through with the purchase. So, you know, it comes from the top down like that. You know, it's no wonder that the rest of the staff here has been very friendly and helpful to me the whole time. So, even with that one little negative, I guess I'm still quite happy for coming here.